Do you want to be course ready? In our video today, we're going to be helping our beginners to get course ready. Hi guys, and welcome to our video on how to get course ready. We're going to start from shorter clubs and build ourselves up to the longer clubs. So I'm going to get Henny set up in the correct putting setup over here. So we're going to start out with ball position. So the ball position with the putt, it's slightly off middle, more towards the front foot. If we then look at Henny's setup over here, you can see his eyes are directly over the golf ball. So Henny will be covering some aspects on how to get your stroke correct.
Hello guys, so yeah, it's always good for beginners to start out with putting, because when we look at chipping and the full swing, everything starts with the shoulders, the arms and the hands that needs to work as a unit. So if we think of the putting stroke, after I get into my good setup, it is just my shoulders, arms and hands that works as a unit.
This is also something that you'll notice when moving a little bit longer, that the shoulders are the key element towards chipping as well as the swing.
Yes, 100%. So when we start going up towards the chipping and the fuller swing, that take back feel will be exactly the same.
Alright, so just moving on to the chipping, there's three crucial things that we need to get right. Are we going high or low? Ball position, as well as weight distribution. Alright, so we're going to just start out with the basics out in chipping, is the ball position. So if we're going high, ball position would be in the front. If we're going to a standard and basic little chip, ball position will be placed at the back. If we're placing the ball out in the middle of the stance, it's easy for us to come up and lift up out on the shot, catching the ground before the time, or hitting the ball out on the teeth. And either way, hitting down onto it. And that we don't want. So let's just start out with just the fundamental. We're going to place the ball in line with the back foot. We're going to get the feet nice and close to one another. And this is where the weight distribution comes in. We need to put about 60% of our weight on our left side. And all that you do from here is similar to the putting, is just to use the shoulders, rocking the shoulders back and through. And if we're going to go a little bit higher up, ball position would be just in line with the front foot. Same setup, 60% of the weight stays out on the left hand side. And yet again, just feel that putting stroke, back and through.
So the area I see with most beginners as a problem is the greenside bunker. So today I will be explaining a bit of basic fundamentals and also the correct technique of playing a bunker shot. So first thing to remember in the bunker is we've got to use the bounce of the club. So I want you to take your setup, stand nice and square towards your target, then pull the club back until the grip is right opposite the right leg. From there I want you to move your feet back so the ball position is more towards the front foot.
That's opening of the club face, am I correct, Henny?
That's opening of the club face, yes. So I'll take my normal stance, pull the grip back opposite the right leg, move the feet backwards so the ball gets placed into the front. And then from there, as I play this shot, again, the feeling that you want is I want the right hand to explode the club face through the sand. So I would take it up to the top and then from there, throw my club face down with the right hand through the sand.
Is there any basic little drill or feeling that you could give to the viewer on how to hit the shot correctly?
Yes, 100%. So if I just put my left hand on my leg and I take my right hand, as I come through the sand, you'll see that the right hand gets thrown underneath, which means the palm of the hand stays up, because we really want to keep this club face open as it enters into the sand. We don't want to close it. So getting the palm to stay up with the right hand is actually a very good feel that you can get.
So it's basically just throwing that sand out onto the green.
Throwing the sand up. So if I can demonstrate, I'll take a normal setup, pull the club back, move the feet back, and then get my right hand to work through.
You can see you're really exploding that sand out.
Yeah, and also quite like the feeling of actually finishing high, you know, because the bunker shot is a high and a soft shot.
All right. So the grip is one of the most crucial aspects when getting set up. It's the only thing that's holding the golf club, so it influences the face angle rotation. So we're just going to run through that grip now. So we're just getting into the basic setup of the grip. So the left hand out on the club, we're forming a V. This V is going up to your right ear. Interlock the pointing finger and pinky, and this was also forming a V between the thumb and the pointing finger going up to the right ear. Another aspect to cover, 2 knuckles and forming that V with the right hand going up to the right ear.
So if we look at the setup, there's a few principles that we need to go through. One is, if we hit a mid-iron, I've got a 7-iron here, I want my feet to be shoulder width. I want the ball position to be placed nicely in the middle. From there, when placing the club behind the ball, I want you to feel a very slight knee flex, only until it hits the last lace of the shoe. So very little flex. From there, we push the hips back and we lift the chin slightly just to ensure that we have a nice straight back. And then the picture on the setup should look something like this. In addition with the setup, one should also focus on weight distribution on the feet. So I want you to feel the weight right in the middle of the feet, also evenly distributed, 50% on the left foot and 50% on the right foot.
Then immediately jumping into the alignment, we need to get the club face as square as possible down to the target line, so perpendicular down to the target line. The feet will then be run at a railway track line, slightly left of target, pointing at the left hand side of the target, as well as the shoulders to the left hand side of target. Alright, so we started from the shortest club in the bag and moved ourselves up. We've gone through some of the fundamentals and now the fun starts. We've got to swing the club.
So as we would get into our setup, I want you to focus on what we've done in the putting and the chipping. So the first move back will be with the shoulders, the arms and the hands as a unit. So feel that putting stroke, okay, feel the chipping motion and just do a few of those short swings back and through.
It's exactly how we visualized it earlier with the putter, how the left shoulder actually starts the backswing.
And then from there, for beginners, a very good way of visualizing the swing is, because the body controls the club, we've got to visualize that we keep in a cylinder. So you'll see when I take the club to the top, if you draw a line from my left foot straight up and from my right foot straight up, my swing stays in that cylinder. So that's quite a nice way of visualizing how to take the club to the top, because we need to keep our swing center directly over the golf ball.
And that was a very nice exercise that Henny is showing us out there, is by placing the club out on the shoulders, just to obviously start giving yourself that feel.
Yeah, and also, you know, it's a good stretch as well, because what we try and do in the swing is we need to wind up the body that we can unwind and make a nice follow through. So definitely this is one of a good exercise to do for a beginner.
Is there any feel in the feet or weight distribution out on the backswing that you can give the viewer, Henny?
Yeah, also very important, because golf is all to do with the feet. As I take my backswing to the top, I can feel there's pressure going into the right foot. Again, making sure we stay dead centered, but because the rotation of the body, about 70% of your pressure would move to the right foot, building up that torque and making you in a better position to come down to a follow through.
And I also see a lot of the pros out on TV, they have a straight left arm out on the backswing. Is this a very crucial for our viewers?
Yeah, very important is the straight left arm, as this will help us to make sure the club moves on a descending angle into the back of the ball. Again, for the beginner, very important just to understand, and as a tip, is we need the club face to push the ball into the ground. So you would hit the ball, hit the divot and then follow through. So yes, but the straight left arm you can only get from a good turning of the body.
So that's why the shoulders are so crucial.
That's why the shoulders are important, exactly.
So Henny's taking us through the backswing. Now we got to initiate the shot and follow through. Right, so Henny's taking us through the backswing. So it's a good rotation with the left shoulder. initiating the backswing with the shoulders and getting that straight left arm. Now we got to concentrate on the aspect of going through the shot.
All right, so this is now what we would call the timing in the swing. So what happens from the top down? So as I move the club to the top, we now need to work from the ground up, meaning the club gets taken down by the shifting of the weight. So again, for the beginner, don't think taking weight through by turning the body. We need to have a lateral shift. Now there's a few ways that we can do this. We can focus on bumping the left hip. We can focus on moving the right knee towards the left knee. Or one that I find works the best is as we get to the top, you want to come onto the inside of your right foot. That will push the weight onto the left foot.
And that's the photo finish you see most of professionals out on tour.
Yeah, so take the club to the top. As you come down, go inside onto the right foot, weight onto the left foot. Just bearing in mind, keep the head still behind the golf ball. So we only want to move weight from the ground. We do not want to take the upper body over. The challenge on the downswing is you want to move the lower body out of the way, keeping the upper body square. So feel that inside move with the right foot. And as you come halfway down, you'll actually feel most of your weight now is back onto your left foot. And then from there, the club will go through, as I already explained, to that photo finish.
So it's weight moving to the right foot, moving down to the left hand side, and obviously trying to dissipate all that weight down onto that.
Yeah, exactly. If you hold the club like this, again, stand in the cylinder. As you turn the body, you'll feel pressure going onto the right side. As you make a follow through, you'll feel pressure moving onto the left foot.
All right. Similar to like throwing off a tennis ball or a cricket ball.
Yeah, exactly. So if I have to throw a tennis ball or a cricket ball, what's the first move? From the ground, I would shift my weight and then the arm would throw the golf ball. Exactly the same principle when hitting a shot.
Can you demonstrate one for us, please, Annie? So let's initiate now with the shoulder turn, as well as getting that photo finish. See how Henny's moved nicely through onto that front side. If you guys have been enjoying our videos, subscribe and just leave your comment below.